Hi everyone, let's look at mental health and the stigma around it and what celebrities are doing to address it. And this in turn is helping people like us, understand mental health better and also help those around us who are going through some kind of a situation. So Mr. Beast, if you don't know Mr. Beast, you can ask any grade school kid or middle school kid and they will tell you who he is and how awesome he is. Okay, so Mr. Beast is a YouTuber, for those of you who don't know it, and he does a lot of good things with the money he makes, and he's quite popular among children and teens. So he started talking about his mental health by saying that he has a mental breakdown every other week because he's so focused on making his YouTube videos. So when people like these, who are very, very influential, come out and say things like this, the people who are following him will also understand that it's okay not to be okay. That is the whole point. So here, if you look at this, Jimmy Donaldson recently discussed his approach to work on an episode of the Colin and Samir show. The YouTuber said he does not have much of a life outside of work and has regular mental breakdowns. This can also be a cautionary tale for children and teens and adults who want to follow the kind of fame that he has achieved. It is not a sustainable way of life if you are going to work with single-minded focus. All areas of our life have to be addressed, not just work. Because this is doing great, but nothing else in your life is going great, right? So that can be a cautionary tale. And him coming out and talking about it will also help him reflect on how he is doing and how he can do better with himself. Because, he's already famous. He already has a sustainable income, I'm sure. So if he can now pace himself out to live in a sustainable way without having mental health breakdowns, that will be good. Of course, those of us who are in the creativity area know that once you start something, once you're excited to do something, jump out of bed to do something, and you have all this external stimuli, external feedback telling you how great you are and everything, it's impossible to slow down. Okay, so, but mental health breakdown, if you are struggling with that, can you go far by having all these hiccups and obstacles in front of you? So that is something that we have to remember with this tale. So the next one is Kyle Richards and Jenna Devon talk importance of mental health struggle openness as moms. Okay, so here these people are, I was looking them up and looks like they are the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Okay, so I don't know if both of them are there or not, but these are the people who are saying that I have been talking about this for years. I have suffered from anxiety since I was 12 years old. I think I had my first panic attack then. So I've always talked about it openly because to me, laughing and joking about it actually helps, makes me feel better. So it's been a very open conversation anyway. So the point is, this is some kind of a disability that doesn't show up easily, right? When on the face of it, you see somebody like them and you're like, oh, they must be doing great. Look at them. It's so gorgeous. They have this show for themselves. They're all good. They're hot and happening. So what could be wrong? But this is the kind of thing, something in the mind that you cannot see, right? So if you see the collaboration here, NAMI is the National Association for Mental Illness. If you are collaborating with them, you have to speak openly and you have to say like how things are. This person has been suffering with panic attack for as long as, since she was a preteen. It's just so sad. So how does she cope with it? By actually talking about it, joking about it. That is her way of venting out. Okay, so let's move on to Tom Holland and Dwayne Johnson open up about their experiences with mental health. Tom Holland, we all know, is the Spider-Man guy. He is taking a break from social media as he spiraled from reading negative comments about him on digital platforms. The biggest point is, you are a celebrity. You choose to be in the public limelight and, people, not everybody will be liking you. I mean, there is a point where some people will be flooding you with positive, awesome thoughts and flattery almost. And then there is the other side where strangers who are anonymous will just talk rubbish. So what do you do in those circumstances? So he's talking about it, which is a very good thing. He's taking a break from social media. Again, this will give ideas for us to do something like this. Pull the plug and just get away from all the negativity, right? So that you can preserve your mental sanity. Dwayne Johnson, the guy whom we see as this rock and who is this awesome macho guy, like what kind of problems will he have, right? But he didn't know he was battling depression and revealed he went through a second bout after his divorce, not knowing he had it then either. It was until he sought help that made him realize what he was going through. Sometimes you just can't put a finger on it. You can't label what you're going through. And it is something that has been, a product of all the things that have happened to you so far. And just getting some help will help you resolve what you're going through and move forward. The 12 young celebrities who have opened up about their mental health. So we all know, we keep joking around, right? So a 2015 study of millennials, they are the ones who are more likely to talk about mental health as well as accepting of others who are also struggling with mental health. And that is the reason why I feel seeing millennials come out so openly about their struggles, and they're the therapy kids, they proudly call themselves therapy kids and everything. So, oh my gosh, this lady is doing something nonstop. Okay, let's pause her. So here, this was affecting my mental health. No, I'm just joking. So what has happened is now parents and grandparents or people from that generation are coming forward and explaining what is happening to them. Older celebrities are now coming up slowly to talk about it. Of course, there is a point where you will have to draw the line between, are you saying some things just to get attention, or do you seriously feel like there is a problem, in which case you will have to seek therapy privately first and take care of yourself. Of course, you can talk about it, but first after getting help, because something seriously is, you're feeling something is wrong, you should just get help rather than just start debating about it. So here, Billie Eilish. So this singer speaks about her struggles with depression, body dysmorphia, and more. Depression has controlled sort of everything in my life. So if you understand, body dysmorphia is very, very common among teenagers who are battling weight and who also have self-esteem issues. If you see somebody skinny, if you see somebody, getting a lot of likes and everything because of their perceived beauty, because of their thinness, you start to tend to think that that is the standard of beauty. Okay, so let us see. Okay, Selena Gomez. If you guys remember Selena Gomez, let me show you. She did a few things to talk about. Okay, she again tied up with National Institute of Mental Health. And if you see, she has bipolar disorder. In 2020, she found that out and she started talking about it so that she can create awareness about it. She has lupus. She has been having all kinds of health issues. But she is also trolled by a lot of rival fan gangs on Twitter and Instagram. Hailey Bieber, her fans are just all over the place with Selena Gomez, always trolling her for everything. It's just a big mess. It's just so sad. But she has been talking about her mental health, and she also talks about what she does when she's struggling.
Do the necessary things, I see a therapist, and I have tons of workbooks like a nerd. I write music. I try to take what's going on and turn it into something beautiful in the best way that I can.
So this is what she does, right? So how do you cope? You can cope privately, you can seek therapy, you can talk about it publicly, okay? But not like how Generation Z, some kids in Generation Z are doing, taking using the internet and TikTok and Instagram reels and all those things and just doing all kinds of things with their phone to seek attention. That also calls for some kind of therapy. But okay, so jokes apart, let's go back to Aaron Weiss. He's a golfer, and look what he has done. He is withdrawing from the Masters, okay, a golf tournament, because it is such a mental game as it is one of physical skill. And the mental piece of it has been a struggle for me recently. I don't take the significance of playing at Augusta lightly, but I know that I need some time away to focus on my mental health so I can get back to competing at a level I'm proud of. So this is what he's talking about, right? Taking care of your mental health. First of all, knowing that there's something wrong, addressing it, taking care of it, and then getting back bigger, stronger, and better. Again, if you remember, Naomi Osaka, the tennis player, was the first one on her first Olympics prioritizing mental health and why sports needs to change now. So she was the one who first withdrew from a series of tennis tournaments because she said it's okay to not be okay. And this was like a game changer for celebrities and mental health and talking about it so openly, especially at that level at which she was playing. Again, so Taraji Henson is just Oscar nominated actress. Okay, and you would not even think that she has it all. She's playing all these roles. She's a Hollywood celebrity. I mean, what can go wrong, right? What she does is experiencing hardships in the past, even contemplating her taking her own life. I unplug, I just unplug. This is how she copes, just taking a break from it all. Being real with myself and not being so damn strong all the time. This is the number one thing, even for men's mental health. I request men to think about this. You don't have to be strong all the time. It does not matter. You're going through some stuff, it's okay. It's okay to not feel good. It's okay to not be okay. Internet it girls Alex Cooper and Alex Earl are unwell. Look at this, September 15th, 2023. They talk about this. They are the TikTok and Instagram stars. And looking at them, you think that these gorgeous young women who have it all, they're just having fun while doing all these cute little funny videos and everything, right? But coming out and talking about their mental health gives them strength and perspective of where they are, and also helps people who are following them as fans to also understand that everybody, no matter how they look, they can be having issues. So let's see. Kevin Love. So this is a basketball player that my kids adore. And he says in 2021, he came out saying that there are days when I don't want to get out of bed, and that's just the truth. Cleveland Cavaliers, this is whom he plays for, or I don't know if he's still with them. He wrote in 2018 about his lifelong struggles with depression and low self-worth. Imagine a person being adored by millions of fans feeling like he's worth nothing. That is what depression and mental health issues can do to you. I just really applaud. I mean, whatever their choices of fame, whatever they're doing, Real Wives of Beverly Hills or whatever they're doing, all these celebrities coming out and talking will help people understand that there does not have to be a stigma around mental health, and we need to be talking about it more openly and seek help privately and get better. Thank you so much.